My wife said, "You're sleeping on the couch until you apologize for something I didn't do." I said, "Okay, I didn't apologize." 3 weeks later, I'd converted the guest room into my bachelor pad. When she finally walked in, I'm a 38-year-old man, and I've been banished to the couch for 3 weeks over something so ridiculous it still makes my head hurt. My wife Diana, 36, accused me of flirting with our new neighbor, Melissa, who's 23 and just moved in with her boyfriend. Here's what actually happened. I was taking out the trash. Melissa was struggling with a huge box, so I helped her carry it to her door. We talked for maybe 2 minutes about the neighborhood. That's it. That's the entire crime. Diana saw this from the window and went nuclear. She said I was all over her, practically drooling. When I tried to explain, she cut me off with, "Don't gaslight me, Trevor. I saw what I saw. You're sleeping on the couch until you apologize and admit what you did." I stood there for a second, processing the insanity, then said, "Okay." She blinked. "Okay, that's it. Yeah, okay. I'll sleep on the couch until you apologize." "Sure." She stormed off, probably expecting me to cave within hours. But here's the thing. I didn't do anything wrong. I'm not apologizing for helping a neighbor. That's not how this works. Night 1 on the couch sucked. It's great for sitting, terrible for sleeping. My back was killing me by morning. Diana came down, saw me making coffee, and said, "Ready to apologize?" "Nope." She huffed and left for work. By night 3, I was done with the couch. We have a guest room, decent size, mostly storage, and Diana's overflow closet. I grabbed my pillow and started sleeping there on the old futon. Still not great, but better than the couch. Diana noticed. "The couch too uncomfortable for you?" "Yes." "Then, apologize." "No." She actually smirked, like she was winning some game. "Fine. Enjoy the futon. But here's where it gets interesting. I make decent money as a project manager. Diana makes good money in marketing too, but we keep separate accounts for personal spending after bills. I had about $3,000 saved for a new tool set I'd been eyeing. I decided to repurpose that money. Day 4, I ordered a queen-size memory foam mattress, $800, same-week delivery. Day 7, I hit Facebook Marketplace. Found a leather recliner for $200, a solid wood desk for $150, and a 55-inch TV someone was dumping for $300. I borrowed my buddy Rick's truck and moved it all in while Diana was at her sister's. Day 10. Amazon Prime is beautiful. A microwave for $60, some shelves for $50. I also got a rug for $120 that really tied the room together. Day 14. This is where I might have gotten petty. I bought a PlayStation 5 for $500 and a soundbar for $200. Also grabbed blackout curtains for $40, because why not? Day 18, the finishing touches. LED strip lights for mood lighting, a couple of band posters I'd always wanted to hang, and, my favorite, a digital lock for the door, $150. By week 3, I'd spent about $2,800, turning that guest room into my personal sanctuary. It was everything our bedroom wasn't: my space, my rules, my vibe. Diana hadn't stepped inside once. She'd knock occasionally, tell me I was being ridiculous, but never actually come in. I think she was playing chicken, waiting for me to break. Last night, everything came to a head. I was in my room playing Call of Duty with Rick when I heard Diana try the door handle. It didn't budge, obviously. "Trevor, why is this door locked?" I paused the game. Privacy. "Open the store right now." "No thanks. I'm good." Silence. Then bang, bang, bang. "Trevor, open this door immediately." I calmly got up, walked over, but didn't open it. "Diana, you banished me from our bedroom. This is my space now. You're welcome to apologize for falsely accusing me anytime. I'm not apologizing. I saw what I saw. Open this door." "No." Then I heard her on the phone with her mother, on speaker so I could hear everything. Classic Diana move. "Mom, he's lost his mind. He's locked himself in the guest room and won't come out." Her mom, Teresa, loud as always. "What do you mean locked in his own house?" "He put a lock on the guest room, an actual lock with a code." "Well, why is he in the guest room, sweetie?" Diana paused. "He's being punished." "For what?" "He was flirting with the neighbor." Was he really, Mom? Whose side are you on? I'm just asking, honey. What did he do exactly? Diana went quiet. He helped her carry a box. Even Teresa went silent. Then, that's it? You didn't see how he was looking at her. Diana, sweetie, maybe you should apologize. I can't believe you're taking his side. She hung up. Then more banging. Trevor, I'm getting a locksmith. Go ahead, I called back. I own this house too. I can put a lock on any interior door I want. Check the law. I had actually Googled it already. As long as it doesn't prevent emergency exit, and both parties own the home, interior locks are generally fine. She must have looked it up too, because the locksmith threat stopped. Then came the texts. This is insane. You're acting like a child. That room is for guests. All your clothes are still in our room. I bought new clothes. They're in my closet now. Your closet. It's a guest room. Not anymore. You can't just claim a room. You claimed the whole bedroom. I'm just working with what I've got. That's different. You were punishing me for something I didn't do, so I made alternative arrangements. This is stupid. Come back to our room. Did you just invite me back? Only if you apologize? Then no thanks. I'm good here. This morning, while I was at work, she finally went in. I have a camera in there, legally placed. It's my room now. I watched her jaw literally drop when she saw the transformation. She stood in the doorway for about 5 minutes, just staring. She touched the TV, the mini fridge, sat in the recliner. Then she noticed the PlayStation, and I swear she looked like she was about to cry. When I got home, she was sitting at the kitchen table. No anger this time, just defeat. You really set up a whole apartment in there. It's just a room with a fridge, a microwave, and a PlayStation. Yeah. How much did all that cost? My personal savings, not marital funds. She stayed quiet for a long time. So you're really not going to apologize? I'm really not going to apologize for something I didn't do. So what, you're just going to live in there forever? Until you apologize for falsely accusing me and banishing me from my own bedroom. Yeah, pretty much. This is ridiculous. It was ridiculous 3 weeks ago when you started it. Now it's just my new normal. She got up and left. I haven't seen her since. It's 10 p.m. now. She's in our old bedroom, and I'm in my room writing this and eating takeout. I've got my game loaded, a cold beer from my fridge, and honestly, I'm good. Like really good. Is this petty? Absolutely. But I'm a grown man who got kicked out of his bedroom for helping a neighbor move a box. If she wants to die on this hill, I'll build a whole damn house on mine. Update 1. The situation has escalated in ways I didn't expect. Diana's entitlement has reached new levels, and I had to match it step for step. First, she tried to weaponize household chores. She stopped doing my laundry. Joke's on her. I bought my own compact washer-dryer combo for $400 off Craigslist. Yes, it fits in my room. Then she stopped cooking my portions at dinner. Fine. I've got my microwave and mini fridge. I started meal prepping on Sundays and even bought an air fryer for $80 that now sits on my desk. But here's where it got interesting. She called a house meeting and brought in her best friend Vanessa as a mediator. They sat me down in the living room like it was some kind of intervention. Trevor, don't you think this has gone too far? I'm just respecting Diana's decision. She wanted me out of the bedroom. But you have turned the guest room into a man cave? It's supposed to be for guests. What guests? Your mom, who stays in hotels because she doesn't like our guest bathroom. Your brother, who hasn't visited in 2 years. That's not the point. Actually, it is. The room was unused storage. Now it's being used. You're being spiteful. I'm being comfortable. You made a decision. I adapted. Then Diana pulled what she thought was her ace card. Fine. Then I'm taking the master bathroom completely. You can use the hall bathroom. Okay. She blinked. Vanessa looked shocked. Okay, that's it? Yeah. You want to escalate? Cool. The hall bathroom is fine. What she didn't know was that I'd already considered this possibility. The hall bathroom is right next to my room. The master bathroom is attached to our old bedroom, and you have to walk through the bedroom to use it. That night, I moved all my stuff into the hall bathroom, but I didn't stop there. I installed a rainfall shower head for $60. Got one of those fancy Japanese toilet seats with a bidet function, $200, game changer. Bought premium towels, a humidifier, plants, the works. That bathroom went from basic to spa level in 48 hours. Meanwhile, Diana started realizing that claiming the master bathroom meant she was the only one cleaning it. I heard her complaining to her sister on the phone. Thin walls. He doesn't even use it anymore. He just moved to the other bathroom and made it nice. He bought a bidet, Jenna. A bidet, but the real turning point came 3 days ago. Diana's company announced they're going hybrid, 3 days in the office, 2 days remote. She needs a home office space. Guess which room she assumed she'd use? She knocked on my door at 7 a.m. Trevor, we need to talk about the guest room. My room? It needs to be an office. I'll be working from home twice a week starting next month. That's nice. Good for you. So you need to move your stuff out. I actually laughed. No, Trevor. I need an office. Then set one up in the bedroom. It's huge. There's no space with the bed and dressers. Then reorganize. Or you could stop being petty and give me the room. The room I paid to furnish? The room I'm living in because you kicked me out? That room? She tried a different angle. I'll let you back into the bedroom if you give me the office, but I'd still have to apologize. Of course. Then no. She slammed the door and left. 20 minutes later, I heard drilling. She was setting up a desk in the corner of the living room. Her office is now in the shared space where I watch TV. Guess who bought noise-canceling headphones? $300, and she doesn't care. Yesterday, though, was the peak of her entitlement. I came home and found the lock on my door had been tampered with. There were scratch marks around the keypad. She definitely tried to break in. I confronted her immediately. Did you try to break into my room? It's not your room. Did you or did you not try to break the lock? I needed to check if you were damaging the house. By breaking and entering, it's my house too. Which is why I can have a lock on my door. And you trying to break it is technically attempted destruction of property. She went pale. You wouldn't. Try me. That same night, I installed a camera in the hallway facing my door. Full disclosure, common areas are legal here. She knows it's there. The red light blinks at her every time she walks past. Rick came over last night to watch the game. Diana lost it. You can't have people in there. Why not? It's my room. I don't want strangers in my house. Rick's been here 50 times. You went to his wedding. Not in that room, which is my room where I can have guests. She actually called the police. I'm not kidding. Said I was refusing to leave a room in her house. The cop who showed up looked exhausted, took one look at the situation. Me calmly explaining I live here, pay half the mortgage, and I'm in my room. While Diana was yelling about guest rooms and apologies. Ma'am, does he live here? Yes. But is he threatening you? No, but is he breaking any laws? He put a lock on an interior door in a house he owns. Diana went silent. The cop looked at me. You two should probably get counseling. After he left, Diana sent me a Venmo request for $1,400. The note said, half of your room furnishings since it's marital property. I declined it and sent her one for $119. Half of the bedroom furnishings I am not allowed to use. She declined that and sent another request for $500 for emotional distress. I sent her one for $1 for the box I helped Melissa carry. It's been radio silence since. Update 2. The standoff continued, but Diana made a critical mistake that changed everything. After the police visit, she went full scorched earth. She changed the Wi-Fi password. Joke's on her, I had my own internet installed directly into my room. The technician thought it was strange, but $90 a month for peace of mind. Worth it. Then she started inviting her friends over constantly. Wine nights, book clubs, jewelry parties, all deliberately loud, all deliberately loud, all deliberately loud. All right, outside my door. I just turned up my soundbar and upgraded to better blackout curtains. But then she crossed a line. Last Tuesday, I came home to find my door wide open. The lock had been completely removed. My stuff was still there, but everything had been rearranged. My PlayStation was unplugged and moved. My mini fridge was turned off, and the food inside was starting to spoil. My bed was stripped, sheets in a pile. There was a note, maintenance inspection required, management. Except we don't have management. We own the house. I called her immediately. What the hell, Diana? The room needed to be inspected for damages. You broke into my room and touched my stuff. It's not breaking in if I own the house. You removed my lock. That's destruction of property. Prove it. That's when I snapped, but not how she expected. Diana forgot something important. She's not the only one who can document things. I'd been keeping everything, every text where she admitted to kicking me out, every attempt to access my room, the police report from her false call, photos of the tampered lock, and now this. I didn't yell. I didn't argue. I just said, okay. Then I called my lawyer. Yes, I got a lawyer. Not for divorce. Not yet, but for legal separation and formal household boundaries. 3 days later, she was served. The paperwork was beautiful. A request for exclusive use of the guest room, my room, damages for destroyed property, the lock, and a formal division of shared spaces. She came to me crying, actually crying. You got a lawyer? You broke into my room and destroyed my property. It's a lock, Trevor, that you destroyed after kicking me out. Key of our bedroom for helping someone carry a box. You're going to destroy our marriage over this. Me, I'm just sleeping in a guest room. You're the one who's been escalating this for 6 weeks. Then came the sob story. I'm stressed. Work is horrible. My mom's on my case, and you just abandoned me. You literally kicked me out. I wanted you to fight for us by apologizing for something I didn't do, by showing you cared. I showed I cared by respecting myself enough not to be gaslit. She hired her own lawyer, who, according to mine, basically laughed at her case. Kicking your spouse out of the bedroom, then claiming abandonment when they sleep elsewhere. Destroying their property, then claiming ownership. Good luck with that. But here's where Diana really shot herself in the foot. She decided the way to win was to make me want to come back. She started walking around in lingerie, cooking elaborate meals she'd eat in front of me, bringing home desserts from my favorite bakery. I just kept living my life. Meal prepping, gaming with Rick, working on some coding courses I'd started. Then she pulled out the nuclear option. She invited Melissa and her boyfriend over for dinner. Didn't tell me, of course. I found out when I came home and saw them in my dining room. Diana was all smiles, serving wine, playing the perfect hostess. Trevor, join us. I was just getting to know our new neighbors better. Melissa looked mortified. Her boyfriend, Tony, just looked confused. Thanks, but I've got plans, I said, grabbing a protein shake from the kitchen. Don't be rude, honey. Sit with us. The honey was so fake it hurt. I'm good. Enjoy your dinner. Diana's face fell. Melissa jumped up. Actually, we should go early morning tomorrow. But you just got here, Diana protested. Yeah, we're so sorry. The food smells amazing, though. De practica. Lee ran out as they left. Tony whispered, what the hell was that? Diana lost it. You embarrassed me. You embarrassed yourself. You invited the woman you accused me of flirting with to make some kind of point. I was being nice. You were being manipulative. I'm trying to save our marriage. By refusing to admit you were wrong, I wasn't wrong. Then we have nothing to save. That was last week. Yesterday, Diana moved out. Not permanently, she's staying at her sister's, but she packed her bags and left a note. Since you want to live alone so badly. The funny part is, I don't want to live alone. So badly. The funny part is, I don't want to live alone. I just wanted my wife to admit she was wrong about one thing, that I didn't flirt with anyone, that helping someone carry a box isn't a crime, that kicking me out was an overreaction. Instead, she chose to blow up our entire life. My lawyer says I have a strong case for keeping the house. If we divorce, especially with her voluntary departure and the documentation of her kicking me out first. But that's not what I wanted. I'm sitting in my room, my really awesome room, writing this update. The house is quiet, too quiet, but I'll be damned if I apologize for something I didn't do. She texts me every few hours. It ranges from I miss you to you're ruining everything to just say sorry and we can forget this. 6 weeks ago, I helped a neighbor carry a box. That's it. That's the crime that apparently ended my marriage. Final update. It's over. Not the marriage. That's definitely over. But this whole insane saga finally has an ending. Diana stayed at her sister's for 2 weeks, posting passive-aggressive quotes on social media about knowing your worth, and when someone shows you who they are, believe them. The irony was completely lost on her. During that time, I got the house appraised, consulted my lawyer about buyout options, and started therapy. Honestly, I should have done that years ago. And yeah, I kept improving my room. Added a small beer fridge. Why? Because I could. Then Diana made her move. She came back with her brother Kyle and a U-Haul. No warning. I was working from home. My company's been flexible about it. When I heard them outside, she walked in like she owned the place, which technically she half did. I'm taking my things. Okay, and the bedroom furniture. It's half mine. Then I'm taking the bed and the dresser. You can have the nightstands. Cool. She was trying to get a reaction out of me. When that didn't work, Kyle stepped in. You really messed up, man. You know that? How's that, Kyle? You humiliated my sister, made her feel unwanted in her own home. She kicked me out of our bedroom for helping someone carry a box. That's not what she told me. I'm sure it's not, Diana cut in. I want the TV from the living room too. That's mine. Bought it before we got married. I don't care. The receipt says otherwise. She turned red. Fine. The kitchen appliances, then. We bought those together. You can have half. How do I take half a microwave, Trevor? That's your problem to solve. Just like me sleeping on the couch was mine. Kyle tried to grab the coffee maker. I stepped in front of it. That's from my room. Bought it 6 weeks ago. Prove it. I pulled up the Amazon order on my phone. Diana grabbed the Keurig from the counter instead. This one then. Go for it. They spent 3 hours going through the house, taking things, leaving things, arguing over everything. Then, Diana tried to take my gaming chair from my room. This was in the guest room originally. Yeah, and you kicked me into the guest room. It's mine now. A judge won't see it that way. Then let a judge decide. She backed down. The real explosion came when she fell. ND out, I'd been documenting everything. Kyle was loading boxes when Diana came storming down from the attic. You changed the locks on the attic storage? No. I put a padlock on my section. Yours is still open. How did you even divide it? Tape line down the middle. Your Christmas decorations and old clothes are on the left. She went up to check and came back furious. You took more space. I took exactly half. I measured it. This is pathetic, Trevor. We're adults. Adults who get kicked out of their bedrooms don't usually measure storage spaces, but here we are. Kyle jumped in again. You're being a petty little... Kyle. Choose your next words carefully. You're in my house. It's Diana's house too. For now? That stopped them both. Diana, what do you mean, for now? I mean, we're getting divorced. The house will be sold or bought out. This ends. You're divorcing me over this. Over you kicking me out, falsely accusing me, refusing to apologize, breaking into my room, destroying my property, calling the police on me, and now taking half our stuff. Yeah, I don't want a divorce. Then you should have thought about that before you turned, helping a neighbor into a capital crime. She actually sat down on the floor right there in the hallway. This isn't how it was supposed to go. How was it supposed to go, Diana? You were supposed to apologize, sleep on the couch for a few nights, feel bad, then come back and appreciate me more. Appreciate you for falsely accusing me, for fighting for our marriage. That's not fighting for a marriage. That's playing games. Kyle helped her up. Come on, Dee. Let's go. I'm not leaving. This is my house. You already left. You're at Jenna's, remember? She tried one last manipulation. If you loved me, you'd apologize just to end this. If you loved me, you wouldn't need me to apologize for something I didn't do. They left with the U-Haul half full. Diana was crying. Kyle was muttering threats about lawyers. The divorce papers were filed 2 weeks ago. She's fighting it, pushing for counseling instead. The counselor we saw, court-mandated mediation, took one look at our situation and basically said, yeah, this is done. Diana's lawyer advised her to take the buyout offer. I'm keeping the house, paying her half the equity. It's worth it to me. My room is already perfect, and now I get the master bedroom back too. Might knock down the wall, make one huge suite. Who knows? The last text exchange we had. This is really it. Over a box. It was never about the box. Then what? It was about respect, trust, partnership. You showed me you don't believe in any of that. I was jealous. It's normal. Jealousy is normal. What you did after wasn't. So you're just giving up? I'm moving on. From almost 10 years together. From 6 weeks of you showing me who you really are. She didn't respond after that. I'm doing okay. The house is quiet, but peaceful. I've started dating a bit. Nothing serious yet, just coffee dates. I've been upfront about the baggage. Most people are shocked by the story. One woman said, "You turned a guest room into a man cave instead of apologizing." Legend. Another said I was too stubborn. Fair enough. Not everyone's compatible. Rick helped me move the bedroom furniture back last weekend. Walking into the master bedroom felt strange, like stepping into a crime scene. But I'm reclaiming it bit by bit. Last I heard, Diana's still at her sister's. Still posting quotes about toxic relationships and red flags. Still telling anyone who listened that I ruined our marriage over nothing. But here's the thing. It wasn't nothing. It was everything. Every time she dismissed my feelings, every time she demanded apologies for things she imagined, every time she chose control over communication. The box was just the last straw that broke this camel's back. Do I regret not just apologizing? No, because if I had, we'd still be stuck in that cycle. She'd still be controlling and manipulative. I'd still be appeasing and enabling. Sometimes the smallest hills are worth dying on, because they represent the mountains behind them. My new setup is great though. I kept the gaming rig in there. The master bedroom is just for sleeping now. Best of both worlds. Thanks for following this insane journey. I'm closing this chapter and moving forward. To anyone in a similar situation, don't apologize for something you didn't do. Not even once. It never ends there. Peace out. Peace out. Melissa and Tony had me over for beers last week. They said that dinner was the most awkward experience of their lives. Apparently, Diana spent the whole time talking about how great our marriage was while clearly holding back tears. They felt so bad they almost moved. I told them the whole story. Tony bought the next round and said, "Dude, you dropped this." Good neighbors.